Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome to the new month. Actually, this is going to be the very first video of the month. And like I said in one of my videos, what we're going to be doing in this month is strictly how to become a YA fantasy novelist, or YA fantasy author. So what I've been doing like for the past month right now is writing um, my YA fantasy novel. Like I've been writing chapters, and I was doing discovery writing, and discovery writing is basically when you just write. You don't necessarily like you kind of have an idea of where the plot is gonna go and everything, but you just write. You don't necessarily build it. You just write, then you edit, and you rewrite it if you need to, like chapter by chapter, and it takes a while. So I watched a couple of videos, and I found out that instead of doing that, you could actually just outline what you're supposed to do first before you start writing, just so you know how the scenes are gonna go and the progression of the story. So I kind of have to overhaul my whole thing, but it's okay. It's okay. We might spend maybe not just this month. We might spend a couple of months on this project, a couple of months on like trying to figure out how to be a YA author, which is fine. It's something I actually do enjoy doing. So we're gonna spend a couple more months on this. I know next month I said we are gonna do like, what was it, copywriting or graphic design, one of the two. But we're gonna push it forward. Okay, we're gonna spend a little bit more time on this, mostly because I enjoy it, and I'm like I really like as I was discovery writing and writing my story. We will talk about this more in the upcoming videos. Like I'm going to discuss the plot with you, discuss the theme, and discuss the story, discuss the characters. Um, I know it's gonna be kind of spoiler, but I don't care. I don't care. I know it's gonna be a spoiler and stuff, but if you still want to read it, you can read it. It's mostly for entertainment. Um, but yeah, we'll discuss that in the coming months. So we're gonna be discussing all of those things in the upcoming videos. So what I've done right now is actually I spent like a couple of days, like, because I'm overhauling it. Spent a couple of days building out my outline. Thank God I actually wrote. I think I wrote about 12 chapters. Well, I don't think I know I wrote like 12 chapters already. So building out my outline on what is going to happen. The reason why I'm actually doing this because I figured out the progression. There were a lot of like subplots that my characters were going into. Wasn't really focusing on the main plot. So when I was reading it from a reader's point of view, I'm like, where is this story going? So anyway, I kind of like had to draw myself back and like do my outline, which I'm not done by the way, but I have been doing my outline. The very first thing I did was the idea. And when I say the idea is like, what kind of genre do you want the not genre like setting do you want your story to be in? And mine is going to be a school story, one POV character, which is the main character, and basically the plot of the whole story. And I built a premise on what it's going to be about and a theme, and do the premise versus the theme, and then I kind of explained. I kind of explored the other characters that are going to be in the story. So the main character, like, they all have ties to the main character anyway, just so that it's interesting. I'm trying to limit the numbers of characters in there because I want to flesh out each and every one of the characters. I don't necessarily know how many pages it's going to be, but I'm guessing it's going to be a very short story. I don't want to do something like, I don't want it's the first book, right? So I don't want to do something extremely big or try to overachieve. But I know like an average novel is like 80,000 to 100,000 words. Um, let's see how it goes. That's what I'm gonna say. Let's see how it goes. But I'm not done with the outline, but I've planned out the characters, the plot, and the setting. So I know what the setting is going to be, which is going to be in a college. magical college, if you want to call it that. I know how many characters is going to be in there, like how many like main characters. There's just one main character, but like when I say main characters, I mean like be more like an ensemble, like a team. And they're definitely going to be like side characters and extras, but we're not really going to focus on them. And then the plot of the story, which is going to be fantasy. It's gonna have to do with fantasy and mystery. Okay. The theme, I have written out the theme. I have written out the premise and theme. What I do need to do is focus more on the world building. I haven't done that yet, but I have built the magic system. I'm still trying to flesh some stuff out, but I've gotten an idea on how it's going to be, like the magic and all that, because I've actually I've written a couple of chapters on the book, so I know how it's going to look like. But as I was writing, I saw like some of the flaws in it and some of the flaws in the fight scenes. So I'm trying to like, you know, make it more, not necessarily like, I'm trying to flesh it out more. Let me put it that way. I'm trying to flesh it out more. I want to make it more easy to understand. Easy to understand, and have my characters actually use their abilities in more creative ways. So I'm still working on the magic system. It's going to be very similar to, I don't know if you guys have read Shadow Slave, but it's going to be very similar to that. I do really enjoy Guilty Tree's work. I've read Shadow. I'm up to date. I've actually read his book up to date, started from the beginning again, and read it all over again. So like, yeah, I'm a huge fan of Shadow Slave. So the magic system is pretty similar to that. So if you enjoy one of his books, you could actually pick this one up, and we're going to be talking more about it in the upcoming videos. I just want to tell you how it's going. I know I've missed like 2 days now with posting my videos. I know I post usually Wednesdays and Saturdays, but I'll try to keep up with the schedule. But I think I'm good, because yes, so I will try to keep up with the schedule of Wednesday and Saturday. I do have a lot on my plate right now, so if that doesn't work out, I'll post just once a week, which is Saturday, which is still okay. But it's just that I'll probably make it longer than the usual, I think I do like 12 to 20 minutes. I might make it like 30 to like 35 minutes more, just so I could, spend some time explaining my thought process and how I'm going to be writing the novel itself. Okay, so let's stop giving the vague stuff and just talk about the premise. The premise is going to be like a one long sentence summary of the story, and it's going to have the core conflict, the main character, the plot, and stakes. So the premise is going to look something like this. A boy who struggles to use his magic enters a magic college in order to find his long lost brother who got lost in said school. Okay, so that's how it's gonna look like. The main characters, obviously the boy. The core conflict is that he's looking for his brother. The plot is that the core conflict, is that he's struggling to use his magic. The plot is basically that he's trying to look for his brother, and the stakes is, will he find his brother, obviously, and where's his brother hiding, and what is going on behind that. So it covers the mystery aspect, covers the fantasy aspect, and a little bit of adventure, obviously, because he's going to be going on an adventure to look for his brother. The theme is more of the moral argument on the book. I'm not gonna mention the theme right now. I want to leave you guys to discover it for yourself if you guys do end up reading the book. Later on, maybe you could discuss it in later videos, but I don't necessarily want to spoil it and bring it out right now. I just gave you the premise, because basically the premise is what you see when you pick up a book. It's like what you see basically on the back, or if you use web novels, Is that basic synopsis of what you read. That's why I just gave the premise, right? As far as writing it, I'm thinking of doing paperback, but later down the line, I'm gonna make like a web novel account and just like, Guilty Tree or The Beginning After the End. So that's T-Bates or Tabete, as I say his name, who wrote The Beginning After the End or Shadow Slave, written by Guilty Tree. They put their novels on web novel. I might do the same, but I'm looking towards paperback. Well, if I do paperback, it's going to take a while before it's published. So I might actually do web novel. As far as monetization, I'm not really worried about that right now. I'm just using this for entertainment because I actually enjoy writing. And I enjoy because when I was reading it, I did enjoy where it was going, but I kind of got bored because I'm like, the pacing was off because there was a lot of side quests that the characters were doing instead of focusing on the main plot line. So that's something I want to work on. I'm going to work on it better, and we're going to talk. So in the next video, we're going to talk about the first chapter, how he gets into the school, and yeah, and hopefully I'll probably draw. I don't know how I'm going to do the fan art. If anybody out there wants to do fan art, I'd appreciate it, but I'll probably use AI. Yeah, I'll probably use AI. I know web novel offers an AI generated cover art for novels, so I might just use that. You guys next time, stay creating, and we're out.